Yeah. So yeah, you already started the conversation about, having all those diverse contexts. I think not having um maybe equal opportunities, or yeah, we need to be we need to you reminded me of the context you are in. I also live in a country with similar contexts, but it's always good to remind ourselves that not all learners have access to the same opportunities or facilities. And in terms of their background, also, they are not include, I mean, they may need more help or support. So we should always remember and identify ways in which learners are diverse and the benefits of inclusive classroom, and using a variety of activities to make sure that our classes are inclusive, because one size doesn't fit all. So what do you see in this picture? How would you?
Teacher Najud, your mic.
Yes. Okay. So how would you interpret this image?
Emotions,
Hmm.
feelings.
But what is different here, and what is this telling you about those?
One of these kids
Uh,
has situation maybe or a problem, and
This is
he's
it,
got one solution to take a medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
all of
may
them are
I
sick.
say something?
Yes, please.
Yes, that students have different troubles, and the teacher give them the same medicine. They have lots of different troubles. Yes, the teacher, yeah, doesn't understand that each one has a problem that needs a special situation or special treatment. He gave them the same medicine for all their troubles,
Yes, not
which
all
are
diseases
different.
need one medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Not all diseases, not all sickness need one medicine.
Yeah.
yes, the same medicine.
They
They need
are
to be treated differently.
suffer of pain.
Mm-hmm. But is this the same type of pain? No, this one is scrapped knee.
There's lots of
Kneel,
different.
stomach.
kind of things.
Different kinds. But here, cough medicine. So.
Yeah, it is a metaphoric that
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
the teacher needs to deal with them according to their needs, interests, not the same
This medicine
stresses or the same way.
this medicine is suitable for one of them, which who is wearing red. I have cough,
Uh-huh. But not for others.
but not suitable for others.
Exactly. Okay, so Nabila is raising hand. Okay, let's raise hands from now on. And Nabila, would you like to add anything?
Yes, I wanted to say that some situations that the teacher faced in the classroom, and each situation requires its own special approach.
Mm-hmm.
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
This picture is illustrating a metaphor about inclusive learning and responding to different needs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you summarized it so well. Yes. Yes, please. Would you like to add anything?
Okay, the first picture, it shows a group of children, and each child has a different problem, as we see. And the second pictures, we see here's some cough medicine. So the image illustrates that giving the same solution to everyone doesn't meet individuals' needs.
Yeah, exactly. So just like, I mean, in our classrooms, in our daily lives, so there are some differences, of course. Some differences regarding inclusive learning are more visible. Some are invisible. We made a distinction here, but do you agree with these? What do you think about these differences?
Doctor, differences here, I think several children are shown each with different problems, like knee hurts and arm broken and cough, and have the same medicine, which is a cough medicine.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Uh-huh.
and here we have visible differences, like we can observe those differences. Then we have an approach accordingly. But some differences that our learners bring are invisible. Do you agree with this, with any of these, or would you like to maybe challenge any of these? Maybe is religion invisible, do you think, or health conditions invisible? I don't know. What do you think about this? Some of them are in both places. For example, invisible differences, learning preferences, motivation, values, needs, health conditions, previous learning background, support systems, special educational needs. Would you like to move any of these to visible, or maybe would you like to move any of these to invisible? Sorry, Ala. Yes, please go ahead.
Miss, after reading this subject, I understood something. There is problems with students. Some problems are show or shows in their appearance, and others ambiguous, not shows by them, like religion, like ability to motivate, like their needs. And some visible differences, it's obvious, like age, gender, behavior differences, like so on.
Mm-hmm.
And as a teacher, I have to respect their differences and deal with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Yes, some of them are, some look like visible. Well, there was a slide in a session I attended. So that reminded me of that slide. There was a kid with wearing glasses, like a primary school kid wearing glasses. She was wearing glasses. And the trainer asked, what do you think about her personality? And we all said, she's shy, she's introvert. You know, we said things like that based on our previous experience or based on our assumptions. And then she said that, but how do you know? We never know, you know, whether this child is introvert or extrovert, but only by looking at, because we thought, you know, we have this underlying belief somehow, or misconception or bias maybe in our brain, that children wearing glasses are shy or introvert. So we all make those connections. We have those assumptions. Sometimes we think that it's visible, but it's not correct. Or maybe we sometimes, you know, a student reminds us of someone else we know, and we maybe have some underlying beliefs about that person. We make a connection with the student somehow. So our previous experience and beliefs also affect our decisions, but as teachers, we should have a neutral approach to the learners. So I just remembered that. Okay, so anything else you would like to add? Dina says the teacher should look closely to the students and recognize their problems and try to solve. Yes, so we should really have a neutral attitude without assumptions, and look closely to the needs, for example. Yeah, to their needs, and maybe find out more about their previous learning background with a neutral approach, not with assumptions. Anything else you would like to add about any of these? Okay, so we can always come back to this one. Okay, what do you think about these? So here is a checklist. Look at the list of ways to ensure your teaching practices inclusive. Please read that and then tell us, is there anything missing or anything you would like to add, you would like to question or change? Okay, so which one would you like to maybe comment on that you already maybe practice as a good practice?
Well, Doctor, can I?
Yes, please.
Sorry, but since we look at this ways to ensure our teaching practice, all of them are really need to involved in the teaching process. W- each one of them have an important thing, but I will focus on variety prediction and assignment methods. Since our education are يعني get evolution actually, we should involve the AI tools inside the teaching process. Since I take different courses, how to make the course as represent in AI in different ways, in PowerPoint or in character ways or in get like a word wall if you know how to make exercise on them in the end, involving the technology. This thing I think is missing on all these important points. All of them are useful and should be used in the teaching process. And I think the technology is missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
Okay. So I let me ask you. So you are saying that to make our teaching more inclusive, AI can help us, or as teachers, or maybe AI can also help learners. That's
In
true.
both ways, Doctor. It's make the teaching process more fun and actively, actually, and easy to reach. Even if we involve the technology in general, but in specific, the AI itself, there is a new tools like Pipet. I don't know if you know some tools like Canva, CapCut. These are things you can make your lesson as a presentation, as what we are already taking the lesson itself, the course itself. So these things will improve the teaching process.
Yeah, it can help vary the teaching material. So you can easily ask AI to simplify a difficult reading text for you. And it does that in seconds. In the past, maybe it was more difficult. So it makes teaching somehow more inclusive if you know how to use it, of course, ethically, how to use it effectively. On the other hand, our learners also need guidance. I totally agree with you. We should include it somehow, but with a critical AI literacy. So this is what we need to learn more about, how to use AI critically, how to evaluate AI critically, or the outputs of AI.
And
We need to train our learners. Yes.
yeah, I will. Sorry, doctor, but I will not involve the students with the AI tool. I am as a teacher will use the AI tool. That's the difference. If I involve the students to prepare this lesson, it will be that's what we talking about. But as a teacher, I will prepare the lesson by myself, and use the technology itself to improve how I present the tenses, the grammar, all these things, even how to answer the activities and make a new activities rather than book or the same lesson, sorry, the same exercises in the book in the different way, especially the workbook or activity book since in the new
Yes, thank
course.
you, Muhammad. But in an ideal world, we should also prepare learners, for this world, not encouraging them to use AI, but to teach them how to use AI ethically. That's what I wanted to say. But of course, it's in an ideal world, not possible in all contexts, of course. But there are also, secondary school learners are already using it, and high school learners as well. So yeah, the more critical we are about it, so the better. But yeah, this is a different conversation, and I totally agree with you. As teachers, we need to learn how to get the best out of those tools. So let's move on to Omar then.
Yes,
Yes, I want to say
Which Omar? Okay, two Omars. Omar Kada.
Omar Qada.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I want to
Okay,
say
okay,
something.
Omar, go
Maybe
ahead.
we can add one thing that could be added is the use of assistive technology to support learners with the special needs. Also, involving parents or caregivers where possible could strengthen inclusive learning. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So important, definitely. Assistive technologies, when you say assistive technologies, Omar, which technologies are you referring to? If you can maybe give an example.
Maybe like short videos like that, or
Mm-hmm.
AI, as we say,
Mm-hmm.
my colleague.
Yeah, I have a friend who is teaching Paralympic athletes. So they have all some disabilities. And she was using AI, some AI tools, because they cannot write. Some of them don't have arms, or they have some difficulties. So she was using some assistive technologies who are also which are connected to AI. So there are some new technologies about this, and it helps personalize learning. But yes, as we mentioned before, it also related to the age of the learners. And okay, thank you so much. And Omar, the other Omar.
Yes. Uh, in my point of view, I think I would add more focus on a student's emotional well-being and creating a safe classroom environment. This helps them feel confident and included in the class, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So important, right? So being listened by the teacher is what they need actually. And as you mentioned also in the previous, Omar mentioned, I think, getting those caregivers involved, asking them how you can work together. But even simple things like, for example, simplifying instructions. I mean, this is an inclusive practice and it will be helpful for all learners. Some of these are really things that we can do easily on a daily basis, and it will make a big difference in their lives. Giving examples rather than explanations. So simple, but so effective. Varying the activities. So ensuring lessons are following routines. And focusing on what they can do. So some of these are really not too difficult and doesn't require a big preparation or setup. Nancy, you were raising hands. Would you like to add anything?
Yes, in addition to these points, I would like to talk about reflection and improvement. We as teachers, we have to reflect on what works in the classroom and what doesn't work. And we have to be open to feedback from the students and from parents as well, and to adjust strategies in the classroom when we need as we need in the classroom,
Yeah, thank
according to
you.
the levels of our students and to their needs.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nancy. That's so important, really. I don't know if I mentioned to you, but I'm helping teachers in conducting exploratory action research. I may share a handbook with you if you're interested. This is exactly what we are doing. We are exploring some problems by conducting teacher research or action research, but we call this exploratory action research. So instead of finding solutions, we first explore the reasons of the problems. So this is really helpful. I totally agree with you. We need to pause and reflect first before taking an action. So Shireen says, I'd like to emphasize the use of assistive tools, text-to-speech, visual aids, yes, definitely. Using tablets instead of writing, regular feedback, yeah. Short verbal feedback, exit tickets, brief one-to-one discussions. Excellent points, Shirin. Thank you so much. So there are so many ways we can become inclusive, and here are some benefits. So if you can read that, please.
Read what we see, Doctor.
Yes, so what are the benefits of? Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yeah, I can. What are the benefits of an exclusive classroom? Learners with SENS. I
Special
don't know what's the
education needs.
shortcut.
Yes, special educational needs.
Special education needs.
Mhm.
Special education needs performed better academically and socially. Less likely to have behavioral problems. More likely to enroll in higher education, gain employment, and or be living independently. More likely to have friends and social networks. Learners without special education needs showed growth in social cognition, improvements in self-concepts and self-esteem, development of personal, moral, and ethical principles, warm and caring friendships. All of these are the benefits of understanding approach.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. So it's basically building their confidence as human beings that they are valued and they can contribute. So when I started studying accessibility, I really studied this a lot. I took some courses. It was about web accessibility. One of the things we learned was that there are two approaches, a social model and a medical model to inclusion. So I have seen both models really when I worked in a private school. For example, what was happening when there was a student with some behavioral problems, I saw some teachers, I mean, I don't want to blame anyone. Maybe I was also one of them at times. But then I learned by reading that it should be different. So, we were maybe sometimes blaming some learners with some behavioral problems and asking parents to use medicine with their kids for those behavioral problems, maybe connected with ADHD, hyperactivity disorder. But sometimes we need to also have a social approach, having those kids involved in the lesson in different ways, rather than just labeling, trying to include them in different ways in the lesson. this social approach was a bit neglected from my experience. Allah, what would you like to say?
They have to, the first important things, students must enroll with his classmates so that they can accept him, accept his weakness or his illness or his, I lost the words. So he can manage with him the class. So increased likelihood of building and make friendships with others so that the society and his class can accept him.
Exactly. And this depends on the teacher's approach. So for me, I did study this at university. I don't know if you are studying these in Jordanian universities. Who wanted to say something?
Yes, Doctor, since you mentioned a private school and government school, private school can focus more on the special needs of the education, the students, or any student have a behavior, even though let's say, will not be brutal is a severe word. I don't know. Brutal way in a government school. Since we have too many students, so I can't focus on the sometimes maybe the students have a small problem like ADHD and have يعني خلينا نحكي simple way to deal with the students to fix this problem with him. But in the private school, but in the government school, the teacher itself can't handle with him because the number of the students. But since let's say our ministry يعني in modern or in the new ways involve all the teachers to get a special course to let them deal with how to teaching inside the class, how to deal with the special needs, how to give a methods of teaching, let's say to improve our teaching process.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's
And
not
that's what I
easy.
mentioned. يعني, there is a difference between private and the government schools. Private always gonna be better to focus on the special needs for the students.
Well, from my experience, it was mostly a medical approach, not a social approach, but I think it depends on the teacher as well.
No,
But
as a
still,
cultural doctor, as a cultural, we يعني, if I face a problem or I have a son with a problem, not a student, I will not him to send him to what's the meaning of طبيب نفسي? I miss the word.
psychologist.
A psycho doctor?
لا psychologist بس is enough.
Psychologist, I think.
Psychiatric.
Yeah, psychiatric. I don't know how to
Psychiatric, I think.
Thank you, Omar. So I will be shy to say that I send my son or a student to a special doctor, let's call him, and I know the doctor will can help him more since we talk as a medical way.
yes, but it's not always a solution. What I want to say, it's not the only solution. We need to have more social approaches now used more than the medical approach. It is recommended more, but still, we should always remember that we are not experts in special educational needs. They have those, counselors. I mean, in state schools, of course, considering the number of learners, you may not even have like a school counselor, but still, I think we do some small adjustments in our teaching, and even these make lessons more accessible, and we need to learn more about these, of course. Like in this previous slide, things like giving examples rather than explanations, writing the instructions on the board, or simplifying instructions, or varying the activities, making a connection with the learners and building that rapport, and even listening to them makes a big difference in their lives. Now, this is what we will discuss. But this will this discussion will happen in the breakout rooms. If you can please take a picture of this. Are these inclusive or not? For example, the teacher hands out a worksheet after giving instructions. Is this an inclusive approach or not? We can make some little adjustments in our teaching, and this will make a huge difference in those learners. Students complete a gap-fill activity on their own. Is this an inclusive approach or not? Students check their answers in pairs. Teacher explains a grammar point using a timeline. Students look at some pictures in their books about different types of holiday and discuss which holiday they would like to go on. So next one, students do a role play when one asks directions to places in a city. Students write a letter to a pen pal about what they did recently. Students read a text and answer true false questions about it. So if you can discuss these, and how can you make them more inclusive? If you think that it's not inclusive, please have a discussion. Okay, I will also put this in the chat. So yeah, we cannot make big changes. Maybe we are not experts, but still, what we can do the things we can. I mean, within our competencies, of course. We are not psychologists. We are not experts in guidance and counseling. We cannot identify special educational needs, but we can do small adjustments in our teaching to make our classes more inclusive. What are they? So I'd like you to discuss these briefly in the breakout rooms. Okay, so I will put you in the breakout rooms of 4 or 5 participants, and then we will come back and have a brief, very brief debriefing. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
To,
it's a good point.
to,
This is a good point.
to express what they feel.
Yes.
Yes.
They can share their experiences. They can,
May-
yeah.
Yes, they may act also, practice with bears.
Because
I think
they suffer from something. I think holiday, it's like a beautiful place to them. They can show their feelings, their happiness, and other
yes,
things. Yes, go. Yes, say go.
yes, I think you're right. Number 5, discussing holiday pictures is inclusive because it's a highly visual and relates to personal experience.
Experience
Yes,
and
personal experience.
yeah,
And we can,
don't
yes,
don't forget the nature. The
yeah,
nature. The
yes.
nature gives them something.
All of them,
يعني when
all of
inclusive,
them
it's not inclusive.
inclusive.
Not a sentence number 2 when they're all inclusive.
Yes,
We
this
have
is
to
a
make it
partly inclusive. Yes.
partly, not of more. هم asking to
Yes.
to make it more inclusive,
Mhm.
more, not يعني inclusive as all يعني all wide يعني
All
more
of them are inclusive,
inclusive.
but
Most,
two of
yes,
them.
most
Okay, I
of
need
them.
that, but what I
Yes,
got
most of
Most
them
of
we
them.
can say
okay, but
inclusive.
the question itself, it says us how to make them more inclusive. We have more, they are inclusive indeed, but how we can make more inclusive? You have to
Maybe
understand the question.
maybe we can say that
Okay.
gap fill activity, yeah, individual work, for
طب
example, in group work.
come to the sentence number 8, Nabila. Come to the
Yeah.
sentence number 8. The students read a letter to a pen pal about what they did recently. We
Yes,
can make
we
it in
can
the
say that we can
Mm.
give the students model letter and
yes.
divide the strategies to write, for example, planning,
Yes.
writing, checking, and we
Okay.
can yes, a sentence
We have
starters.
to give many subjects, not in the مثلا specific subjects and one topic. يعني we have many topics to write
Yeah.
on. يعني.
We have let them choose their own topic.
Okay. طب now come to the last sentence. The students read a text and answer true false question about it. أيوة.
Yes, we can say that we for example, we allow the student to pre-reading
we can divert
and
it يا
explain,
نبيلة. We can divert it to مثلا fill a gap مثلا.
or explain difficult words before reading or discussing.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, you were really discussing very nice ideas. Thank you so much for
What is it? Which idea? We much many ideas in the group or in the group break.
Yeah, you had really so many ideas. You discussed so many ideas. And thank you so much. Well, I hope you will enjoy the rest of your holiday and take good care. Have a rest, well-deserved rest, and then hope to see you again next week. So we should keep having these conversations. I think it's not enough, of course. I believe that in the long term, those teachers with that inclusive approach will win the hearts of their learners. So thank you so much for your valuable contributions today.
Yes, okay, already.
See you later. Bye bye.